We should probably start by saying what Sniper's Alley is. There's a strong possibility at the moment the only people listening are snipers who have mistakenly stumbled across the podcast thinking, maybe thinking it said Sniper's Ally, a podcast for the aging sniper population. So it's not about snipers. We're not going to do rifle reviews or talk about the latest trends in balaclavas.
My husband argued with me about the phrase. So he said it's Sniper Alley.
Sniper Alley.
But I don't think that's true. Anyway, I have something in the Times written about Sniper's Alley. I don't even know how old you are. How old are you?
I'm 52.
You're 52. I'm 52.
We are peak Gen X.
Yeah, well, I feel a bit sad for people who are kind of slightly younger Gen X, because Gen X is until like 1980, isn't it? But I think we were the best bit of Gen X because we got the early 90s when we were just kind of in our early 20s. Anyway, so people always talk about kind of life expectancy into your 80s, life expectancy is increasing. What I hadn't realised was there was something called healthy life expectancy. So healthy life expectancy is only till 60. We've only got another few years. Are we now already out of the healthy years?
I remember you said a phrase to me a while back that was, we're at the young stage of old. What was it? Something like that.
We are in the youth of our old age.
The youth of our old age, right.
Healthy life expectancy has fallen to being just under 61 in the UK. So I'm getting this from Dr. Mark Porter. You might remember him from This Morning, from Hungover Mornings. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So he was a doctor on This Morning. So when we used to sit and watch This Morning hungover, he was the guy that we were watching with Richard and Judy. So Dr. Mark Porter has written about healthy life expectancy. And what he has said is most of us will be fine until we enter Sniper's Alley, which is between the ages of 50 and 70. And then they start to get, he puts really nicely, and then they start to get picked off.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what it means, isn't it? That this is the whole thing about the sniper. It's people get picked. I mean, I've heard either it was just your 50s was Sniper's Alley, and if you can make it out the other end, then there's hope. Some of them I've seen says 40 to 70, which seems pretty broad. That's like Sniper's car park. That seems like quite a large area you're dealing with. I don't know. So even though we're both Gen X, if you're a millennial, you're peeking over the wall into the alley at the moment, aren't you?
Well, what I feel about the age that we are now, is if something bad would happen. So like, say if you got a stroke or a heart attack or whatever, and the first thing people say, God, how old were they? And they go, oh, they were 52. And people go, oh, and they'd be kind of, oh, that is young. But people wouldn't be like, that's unheard of.
You could get away with saying, oh, it's no age. It's round about there, isn't it?
Still say it's no age. Yeah.
But it's like, I get that. I mean, on a few occasions, both at kind of doctors, dentists and opticians, I'll say, oh, I've got this. And they'll go, it's your age. And I'm getting very used to that at the moment. It's the age of it's your age.
I do feel as well that when you go to the GP, up until this age, you were talked out of what you thought you had. So if you went with like an ache or a pain, you were like talked out of it. No, don't worry. And now you're sent for tests. Now it's like immediate blood test and you're like, oh.
Sniper's Alley, whatever it is, we are in it though, aren't we?
I don't think we can pretend that we're
I think we're in it.
I think we're in it.
And that's kind of what this is all about. It's conversations around this time of life and being in Sniper's Alley. Like, I don't see this podcast, it's not necessarily a nostalgic thing, I don't think. I think it's very much more about the here and now and the future.
Yeah, I think this is definitely about the future. I think the thing is about Sniper's Alley, for me, is shit's got real and the future is absolutely, yeah. There's no pretending anymore. That's what Sniper's Alley is.
But also, he says, trying to sprinkle a little happiness on the proceedings, but also it's not all doom and gloom.
Is it not? Okay.
No. But no, I do. There is the Sniper's Alley aspect, but there's also, I think you do get to this. I mean, I've seen countless. I don't think I've seen one of these from you, but I've seen countless posts, generally middle-aged women doing the "I'm entering my fuck you" phase and taking no shit and very, very sure about who you are as a person.
I think I've been in that for a while. There is a lot of that, but I have issues with that.
Might have pasta tonight. I think is there some in the freezer? Pretty sure there's some left. Oh,
I get why they're doing it.
hi. This is my internal monologue. Don't worry. Emilie doesn't know when I'm doing this. It's only my wife that can tell when I'm not listening properly. Listen, whilst Emilie's kicking off, I've just realised that, we were talking about that doctor. He wasn't the doctor from this morning. He was the doctor from Good Morning with Anne and Nick on Breakfast TV. Just thought I'd clear that up. Anyway, thanks so much for listening. Let's get back to it.
I think you're in Sniper's Alley. You're in Sniper's Alley if you were taking pills in the 90s and now you're taking supplements. Yeah,
there's an image on the website. There's a website. Please go and check out our website because I hated every second of making it. It's Snipers.
Rob's done branding.
Yeah, we got more. My own business has been going for 10 years and already the podcast has got better branding than anything I've ever, But yeah, snipers-alley.co.uk. But yeah, I've got there's a graphic on there of it's like a pill and it's got the Sniper logo on it, and that was kind of alluding to that. It used to be about ease, and now it's about
vitamin E's.
Vitamin, exactly. That's what it's all about.
I think vitamin E is one of the ones I don't take actually.
I because of my will definitely do at least 45 episodes on sleep. But I've been popping like massive magnesium ones. I mean, I found it a remarkable laxative. If anyone's listening and needs any help, if anyone needs any help in that kind of direction,
it can be very helpful some days.
Well, I tell you what, I wasn't going to bog everyone down with the kind of health issues at the moment. But so I've had as you know, I've had a bad back recently.
Tell everybody why you have a bad back.
Well, so I became a dad for the first time at 47. So I'm quite an old dad, and I was getting my 4-year-old out of the car seat, and she was desperate for a wee. And I was doing everything at speed and just twisted getting her out of the car seat. And that was it. And that was then 2 months, literally two months of constant pain from that one move. And it brought on, so it was a herniated disc. that brought on sciatica. And so I was popping codeine loads, which makes you incredibly constipated. But then the magnesium, which was supposed to make me sleep, actually counteracted the constipation. So there you go. I'd say we've got to flag up. Do not take anything we say health-wise seriously.
Oh, yeah. We don't know what we're talking about.
Thank you. Yeah, we probably should have flagged that up far, far earlier. We are going to be getting some really good guests on who are specialists and can give advice.
Listen to them, not us.
So it's that kind of thing. It's conversations around what's happening in your life around the Sniper's Alley time. Mm-hmm. And you said, so what have you brought in? You said you've done some homework.
There is an article that I saw, and it signs "You're getting old before your time" and what to do about them. Okay, so Rob, are you gaining weight around the middle?
I'm at the stage where if I don't constantly do a bit of exercise, that's where it goes.
I have no metabolism. Do you remember, like, if you were going on holiday in 2 weeks and you were thinking, I need to lose a bit of weight, you'd like skip a few meals and you'd be ready for your holiday? Yeah, that's just not going to happen anymore. So there is no metabolism anymore. My husband did, we were cooking and we were like, right, we had this roast dinner and it must have been about 8 o'clock in the evening. I was still awake at 3 o'clock. It was like I'd taken half a gram of Coke. From a roast chicken that I'd eaten too late. I could almost feel like my body trying to digest it. Okay, number 2, you are constantly out of breath.
No.
So that's a sign of heart disease. So that's probably just a swear.
Yeah.
Dry skin and thinning hair.
Oh, yeah.
You still got your hair for a man.
I've had a really good innings on the hair front, and very recently, I will catch a reflection and it's like, oh.
Now, this is one of the things about men that I think is quite interesting. Would it bother you if you had lost your hair?
Well, I'm at the stage where I am actively in the market for baseball caps. Now, the the issue with this is I have an abnormally large head. It's fucking massive. Emilie has just spat her tea out, unfortunately.
I just dribbled.
It's huge. I think if you look at me, you might not necessarily think that man has got an abnormally large head. It's
well, now I'm looking at it.
It's pretty big.
I am thinking, yeah, you do have quite a big head, yeah.
So I can't just go to a shop and buy a hat to cover. And the reason I want to, it's not entirely vanity. It goes red in the sun.
So the thing is about kind of men losing their hair, I do think it's the one thing that men worry about a lot and that women really don't mind about. I don't know. I think blokes will call each other kind of baldy and slaphead and things like that, and women are a bit like, hello. You know, I don't think they mind.
I would say one thing about Sniper's Alley. This is from a male perspective.
Okay.
Sniper's Alley is the time where you lose hair where you want it and you gain it where you don't want it.
I know, extraordinary. Okay, this is a no for me, but I find this extraordinary anyway. You can't do 10 push-ups. I don't think I could ever do 10 push-ups. I've got really spindly arms. Even as a child, I couldn't do the monkey bars. I was always really very sad about it. I just swing. Ooh. Okay, so how many push-ups do you think you should aim for at 55? For men, that doesn't seem right. So, well, for women, it's 10. And for men, it's 12. I feel like you should be able to do more than...
This is going to shock you, Emilie, but I'm not an athlete. But, I could do 20 press-ups without too much hassle.
Okay, so apparently if you can't do them, you need to eat more protein and everybody's telling me to eat more protein. The answer to everything from thinning hair to itchy skin to push-ups is... So are we going to... I will try and do 10 push-ups. I reckon I could do 1.5.
We're scoring pretty well so far.
Okay, brain fog. Have you got it?
Well, just the time it took me to respond there would maybe indicate it is something of an issue.
You're very tired and sleep deprived.
Yeah, I am bollocksed. Yeah, just as my standard kind of operating level is absolutely bollocksed. Yeah, like when we do a sleep episode, I'll definitely drone on and on about it a bit more. But it is like pretty much my entire waking life is geared towards trying to maximize the sleep. It's a full-time job. And it's kind of no coffee after 10 o'clock. It's sitting outside first thing in the morning in the sunshine.
Are you in bare feet as well?
Didn't do bare feet. Haven't heard about that.
Something to do with the electric current in the earth? I may not be fully up to date. I may not be fully briefed on this.
We need like a section called like woo or true.
Woo or true? I like this.
Is it woo or is it true? I'll do a jingle. If anyone knows about this kind of stuff, do get in touch.
Woo or true? Yeah. So you go outside. What is this for your circadian rhythm?
Yes, I think it is. Yeah, I think it is that. I was thinking it's a vitamin D thing, but no, I think you're right. I think it's something to do with your circadian.
It's something to do with being a caveman and going outside the cave and being outside straight away, and then your body clock knows that you need to sleep later. But I would have thought your body clock would know that you need to sleep because you haven't slept for about 3 years.
Yeah.
So I think we could come up with much better ones than this.
Yes.
Have you had a tweakment?
A tweakment? Yeah, I can honestly say no.
I was having a conversation the other day with a group of friends and they were talking about tweakments. And I said, I haven't had anything yet. And somebody who will remain nameless said, no shit, Em. So I don't know.
Harsh.
I mean, we could interpret that as that's because you look great and you did. No, I don't think you can interpret it that way. But I think we all know what she meant. So I'm beginning to wonder whether my tweakment time is up. The thing is, I can't even eat dark chocolate these days. We'll get on to all of my food issues, but I can't even eat dark chocolate these days. So the thought of how I think Botox might kill me. I think I'd have it and it'd be like, oh, I'll be one of those people who wind up on This Morning as a precautionary tale to other people not to have tweakments because, like I've lost the use of my body from the neck downwards or something.
Do you think that's? Does it happen as much with blokes? The tweakment things. I mean, I'm sure.
Are you looks maxing yet,
I'm
Rob?
absolutely. Yeah, we will definitely do a looks maxing episode. I'm not hitting my jaw with a hammer or anything yet. Whatever you're supposed to do.
I feel like it's not a Gen X man thing to do.
Just thinking about kind of characteristics of Gen X, and as like we mentioned, like this isn't just for Gen X, but obviously we both are, so we're kind of coming at things from that sort of angle. But I did Google what the characteristics of Gen X people are, because I thought this is going to be bollocks. It's like saying all Pisces are flaky or whatever. Do you know what I mean? But it said Gen X often described as independent, skeptical, self-reliant, and cynical about institutions. And I was thinking, oh, well, that's pretty spot on, isn't it? So I think that's kind of what this is like. We've just sort of setting our stall out.
Okay.
It's conversations around Sniper's Alley, around about your 50s. We will sometimes have conversations between us. It'll sometimes be conversations with experts who we know. We've got to get our sleep expert friend in.
She is brilliant.
And sometimes it'll be conversations hopefully sparked off by people getting in touch. I really like the idea of that.
If you want to talk to us about your signs of aging and any wisdoms that you have connected with that, we would love to hear from you.
That's a really good shout. So the email address is hello@snipers-alley.co.uk, or on Instagram, it's Snipers Alley Podcast. Do get in touch. The sooner you do, the less work we have to do, which is pretty Gen X.